How long will you wait before you demand the best version of yourself? I'm sure if you clicked on this video, it's for a reason. You feel like you have potential you're not living up to. There are gaps in your life. You don't know how to bridge them. This was me for a long time. And even on certain days, I still feel this way. But then I stopped waiting and I started demanding the best version of myself. The question of how long are you going to wait until you start demanding the best version of yourself, super pointed, super invasive, but super important. And it comes not from me, but from Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher born nearly 2,000 years ago. In modern Stoicism, people talk about Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, rightfully so. They're beautiful thinkers and some of my favorites. But there would be no Marcus Aurelius if it weren't for Epictetus. In fact, Marcus Aurelius's philosophy teacher, Rusticus, gave him Epictetus's lectures when he was just a teenager. It changed Marcus forever. It changed how he thinks. It changed how he led. It changed Rome, and it really impacted his writings and meditations. In fact, a lot of what you read in meditations is also found in Epictetus's discourses. So for that reason, I recommend Epictetus to everyone. But getting back to the question, how long will you wait before you demand the best for yourself? It's a scary question at first. We grow up, we listen to our parents, we judge ourselves based off of what they think, based off of what teachers think, based off of how classmates act, how people perform on the athletic field, and it's always comparison. It's always, am I as good as person A or person C next to me? At some point in time, you reach a point where you realize it's just you versus you, and this can be tough. It can be scary. But if you refer back to Epictetus's question, you can really harness this in a strong, powerful way, in a way where you're the one taking agency over your life. For me, this was nearly 5 years ago. I was in the process of getting sober. I had a ton of people in my corner, parents, family members, friends, doctors, everyone you can name in my corner, but it really wasn't sticking. And just because you have a great support group doesn't mean you're going to figure out and fix every problem. What happened was one day I decided I want the best for myself. And that's not to say that other people were not important in this journey. They were, they very much so were. But when the rubber meets the road, it really comes down to you. And this can be scary, but it also shows how much power you have over your own life. I think some people sit back and put themselves in a box and they think, this is what my life is. I'm already this deep into it. There's no changing it. But that's certainly not the case in any facet. Comfortability is killing us all. You may have a decent job, a decent 9 to 5. You're making $60,000 a year, and you don't love your work, but you don't hate it, and it helps pay the bills. So you stick with it. You're never going to ask yourself or demand the best for yourself. You're never going to ask these questions that Epictetus asked. And Epictetus knew nearly 2,000 years ago a lot about human nature. He knew that these questions were going to persist for millennia and millennia. And here we are in 2026 asking and responding to the same questions. Epictetus's question is beautiful in a lot of senses. It really hits home the point that you are the one who has complete agency over your life. When will you demand the best for yourself? Other people can be rooting for you. They can be in your corner, they can set you up, but nothing's going to change unless you are willing to make that change and you see that change is something that needs to happen. I think it gives you incredible agency to know that while you're in a certain place, you can just as easily switch that place by leaning into your strengths and leaning into a will and desire to get better. I also think it's a really pointed question because no one else knows the best version of yourself besides you. When you're giving a certain effort, whether it's in a workout, whether it's at work, in school, you're the only one who knows if you're giving your best. And this isn't some preachy, your best will always work out. It's you are going to be able to sleep better at night knowing that what you did was demanding of was demanding the best of yourself. And like I said, you can coast by on not your best, especially if you're gifted in certain areas. People will see your work and they'll think it's good. And this is a comfortability trap that so many people fall into. It's why they get stuck in the rat race, in the 9 to 5 world, in the manager level role. And there's no progressing out of there because it's what they've done their whole life. They feel comfortable doing it. They're told they're doing a good job. But if you really peel back the orange and you look inside that person, there's more for them to give. And if you want to give more, you have to demand it of yourself. Epictetus, when he wrote this nearly 2,000 years ago, like I mentioned, he knew human nature about as well as anyone else. How long will you wait before you demand the best of yourself? He knows that pretty much everyone is quote unquote waiting for something. They're not living up to their standards or living their potential best life. And so I think an important question to ask yourself when you want to go down this journey is, what is holding you back? Is it you're scared of failure? Are you worried what people will say? Do you think your best is not enough? These are all questions that you're going to need to confront yourself. It's something that I needed to confront when I was quitting drinking. It was something that I needed to confront when making a video like this in my closet. And it's questions that you will answer if you dig deep enough and you sit with them, because everyone has a best effort and everyone can demand it from themselves. Like I mentioned, these efforts, your best effort is not going to be the same as anyone else, but you don't have to compare to anyone else. You compare to yourself. It's how you feel when you sleep at night. Reading into the question once more, how long will you wait to demand the best for yourself? Demand is the key word. It's not hope. It's not wish. It's not think about the best life. It's demand the best life for you. And that's what it takes, because as much as you think other people are in your corner, which I'm sure they are, I'm sure you have a great support system, or if you don't, you at least have some people you can rely on. There's something about life that always comes back to you. You are the central actor. Your life story, will be told, and other people will be ancillary parts of it, but there's one main character and there's one person in every single act, and that is you. And at some point in time, you have to realize this. You have to realize that the commonality between every single scene of your life is you. And if you're not getting the best out of it and you're not demanding the best, you only have one person to blame, and that's yourself. And that's why these words that Epictetus uses are so important. A verb like demand really shows how important it is, if you want to get the best version of yourself, the seriousness you have to take regarding this. People care about you, they certainly do, but no one should care more about your life than yourself. And until you realize this, until you compartmentalize this, until you wake up and attack this every single day, you're never going to demand the best for yourself. And at that point, you'll wake up 35 years down the road and you'll be old and you'll wonder, why didn't I? So why not act now? Demand the best for yourself for a day. Try it for 3 days, maybe a work week. Give yourself the weekend off. Then maybe the next week you go 6 days. But eventually this will turn into a habit if you want it to. And the only way to really live a truly fulfilling life is to demand the best for yourself day in and day out.